Well, it was an honor for when I learned that you took our test. So you got your results quite some time. It's been many
Oh,
years.
a long time ago.
Yeah, you
I
got
was-
there like 2008 or 2009.
yeah, it was early. It was
Yeah.
very early.
And you've always been a champion of the work and always been a personal resource for me for putting things in perspective and helping to provide some balance. I'm glad you mentioned that you took both tests and the reason why, because one of the things we are talking about this month is family. I wanted to get a sense from you, Dr. Wimbush, about the differences between traditional African families and then the way that we have interpreted family in the diaspora. But if we start with Africa, how has the family changed, if at all, from pre-slavery to post-colonialism?
Well, one of the problems, Gina, is that most of the people that have written about African kinship patterns have been white people, and they're never going to write about it in a way that reflects our perspective. The African family primarily, and you know, is generalizing because you talk about West, South, East, and so forth. Primarily, it was extended. Primarily, but as a whole, it was an extended family. I was in Ghana just a few years ago, and I was sitting around a table and at this family's house, and they asked me how far did my children live from me, and I told them about 700 miles, and they just couldn't understand that. They were living in a compound, you know, in Accra, and within that compound, there were like 3 or 4 generations of children. So they didn't understand issues about, they knew what daycare was, but this idea of apartments and houses that are hundreds of miles away is more foreign to them. After enslavement, you have white folks writing all kinds of bizarre research about the Black family. I always think that the reason why white people focus on the Black family so much was because they wanted to destroy the most basic unit. And the most basic unit in any society is the family. So if you look at the best research, I don't turn to white folks' research for our, you know, to understand who we are. I turn to Andrew Billingsley, the former president of Morgan State, where I teach. He did a, you know, a breakdown of 4 types of extended family in the Black community, as well as single parent families.